I think our team is so ready for anything that anybody's throwing at us. We're so together. We're playing some incredible basketball. I don't think it matters who we go up against right now. It's that time of the year.
The Heat are starting to hit their stride. 25 games remaining. Is Jimmy Butler right?
Never doubt the Heat. Never, ever doubt the Heat. They're always lurking. They're always lurking. Now they're doing more than lurking. They have the second easiest schedule in the NBA left. We could wake up at the end of the season. They could be the 4th seed. And you just look up and down the standings. Knicks beat them in the playoffs. Bucks beat them in the playoffs. Boston beat them in the playoffs. Cleveland hasn't won a playoff series. They are not scared of anybody. And as we watch Jaime Jaquez and Caleb Martin cook the Kings, it is interesting to think about. They didn't get Damian Lillard, and there was a lot of panic about, oh, my God, they missed the boat on Damian Lillard. What is this team going to do? They weren't panicking. They wanted Damian Lillard at a certain cost. Portland didn't meet their cost. They said, you know what? We like our team. We like this rookie. We like our players. And I don't think they feel much regret these days about it.
Well, when you look at those two teams, I don't know if we can pop the standings back up. Philly is trending downwards, right? Knicks trending downward because of injuries.
Orlando trending up.
Yeah, everyone calm down. So when you look at the Heat and where their standings are, they have a bunch of guys injured, but they know this is a team that has been to 2 NBA Finals in the last 5 seasons. Let's make no mistake. Well, they have one of the great coaches. They are doing everything right. So when I look at them and I see that their 2 teams above them are dealing with injuries, we're not sure of Randall, we're not sure of Embiid. They're trending this way. Miami Heat, they have one of the easiest schedules. They're getting healthy. They're trending upward. To your point, they can get up there in that standing, and they don't fear anyone. I guarantee you there are a lot of teams that will be positioning themselves to not play them.
It's called a program. They got a program down there, and it sustains you.
Is that a euphemism for Heat culture?
It can be. I just think it's because when I look at the Miami Heat, the amount of success they've had, they have buy-in with their coach.
Yep.
Right? You need an organization that has buy-in with their coach, because when the crap hits the fan, and it will, injuries, whatever it might be, distractions, but your system will help you withstand that. And I think that's something that I really admire about the Miami Heat. I got to think, Coach Spo's a top 5 coach. He's got to be in the conversation. And so when you have him at the helm, and then you got guys that are committed to winning, like a BAM. What did you say? The BAM train? What was it?
Bandwagon. Driving the bandwagon. Hop on. We got plenty of room.
I'm on it. I think he's having a spectacular year.
Yeah.
He is a separation factor, and he's a guy that impacts both ends of the floor, which, man in the middle like that, you got to give him some love.
He's averaging career highs in points, in rebounds. And when you talk about point centers, and I know we talk about this a lot with Jokic, we talk about it a lot with Sabonis, I feel like we need to put Bam a little bit more firmly into that conversation.
Yeah, no, I think Bam, he does pass the ball extremely well. Obviously, when you're comparing him to Jokic.
Yeah, there's a different offense.
No, but Bam, it was kind of what you would say was a power forward if you would have gone 15 years ago. Like, very versatile, can do all the things. And now you see him in the center spot, and he can beat you just by his plays defensively.
Right. Yeah. So I think, the Miami Heat, you mentioned their strength of schedule. They're trending in the direction of finishing. They could finish 4th. Mm-hmm. They could finish 5th.
They could also finish 8th. Like, you never know.
If they finish 8th, who are they staring at in that one spot?
Oh, boy.
Oof, goodness.
I think the Boston Celtics should be rooting for anything but seeing the Miami Heat
I think
no
that
doubt.
They're closer to finishing on the upswing than they are all the way down.
I disagree, though.
8 is play-in. The 8 is play-in.
Sure.
I agree with you on Miami's likely finish. I just think, don't count out Indiana or Orlando. But I actually would soft disagree with you. I remember when Milwaukee, after being dispatched by the Heat, drew them again the next year and actually won their last game of the season, specifically not to avoid the Heat. I think there's something to be said for, you know what? If we're the number 1 seed, let's go get them. Let's go not be afraid of them.
Out of all of those teams out west, who are you picking as a team that could win a playoff series without home court advantage?
Well, and also 4 of them are tied in the loss column, all 24 losses. Look, I'm going to put the Warriors and the Lakers down here because right now they're 9-10 and there's a decent gap still. So they'll play each other if things don't change in the play-in tournament. Of the other 4 teams, look, until we see the Suns' big 3 healthy for a longer period of time, particularly as we get to the end of the season, I'm going Dallas. I think Dallas has really found a little something lately after these trades. Luka is a monster. Nobody wants any part of him in the playoffs. So right now, as of today, Dallas.
It's hard to bet against Luka, right?
Yeah.
But, I kind of want to say the Suns, but it's the same thing. It's the health, and I want to see them buy into the pass more. Share the ball more with each other. Y'all will get more. Give it up early, you'll get it back. I'm gonna go Suns.
Suns are close.
Wizards?
Suns are close.
Wizards?
The Wizards. That was the two things I was trying to decide on.
In the West, the Wizards,
In the
yeah.
West, the Wizards. But no, I think it's Dallas. I think when you've got two guards at that point of attack, I think Derek Lively. I think the bigs that they have, to me, they have kind of a three-headed big situation, very similar to the Clippers.
Yep.
They can play a variety of ways. They have different guys. They have continuity. So, look, Dallas is a scary team. Luke is playing at an MVP level statistically. So you get that guy into a playoff series, and it doesn't seem fun.
Every time, and playing next to Kyrie Irving in the postseason, since he has come back from injury, he has looked excellent. This Mavs team has looked very, very scary.
Well, and Kyrie is just so special. People don't understand that this individual, what he's able to do on the court, there is no defense created for him. There is no, we're going to put a 6-foot guy, we're going to put some length on him. He'll go to the post, he'll take you in pick and roll, transition, all of the things he can do, and that just complements Luka so well, very similar to how it complemented LeBron James.
Yeah, the Mavs, the Pelicans, they both feel like they're poised to be able to potentially do something at least a little bit interesting in the postseason. The Suns as well. The Lakers, the Warriors, they're still on the outside looking in at this point. The Warriors have a pretty easy remaining schedule here, but they have their work cut out for them. I don't think if you're the Timberwolves, if you're OKC, you want to see one of those battle-tested teams in a first-round series.
That's life in the West. You don't want to see anybody. Can we get someone from the East to come over and play in the West? Because you don't want to see anybody, whether it's I'm sorry, but whether it's Lakers, Warriors, who have been clicking and kind of have found an identity, I think even more so than the Lakers or some of the other teams we're talking about. Minnesota hasn't won a playoff series together. Oklahoma City hasn't won a playoff series together. Like, that stuff is hard. All these teams are good.
I'm going to say, when you look at Golden State, something's missing defensively, right? When they were really good, they played both ends of the floor. So when I look at a team being able to win in the playoffs on one of those lower seeds, I kind of like LA in there too, because they'll play defense. They can play some defense, and that always gives you a chance in the playoffs.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, do you want to see LeBron or Steph? No.
No,
You don't.
The experience is the thing, because what you learn in playoff experience is that it's about, okay, we're going to take away this one specific thing and then we're going to make this beat us. Or we can spot the weakness in their defense and we're going to attack that for 7 games, and that's where we're going to define the advantage.
Right.
T-Lue, Spo, they're coaches that are great at this. There's players that are great at this. Once they find the weakness, they will expose it for the rest of the series. LeBron James, Steph Curry, their teams are as good a team that you will ever find at that. So I think those top seeds, they don't want to see any of those bad boys down there, the West. And then you get into those middle rounds, 4 versus 5. That could be Clippers versus Suns.
Right.
You don't know who's going to win that.
Well, you got the guys that can just take over a game.
Yeah.
Steph can take over a game. LeBron can take over a game. Luka can take over a game. And sometimes there's nothing you can do.
Well, look, here's the reality. This is life in the West. You are going to see, after the first round, 2 teams who came into the season, at least 2 teams, with championship-level expectations out after 1 round. That's life in the Western. Whoever they are, that's what the expectations were.
In the Western Conference, when you're looking at the Phoenix Suns, when you're looking at Los Angeles, when you're looking at the Warriors, you could see that then. The Clippers are going to be without Paul George once again tomorrow in their battle against Los Angeles, so we'll see what happens there. But it feels like we are posed for a very interesting final stretch, particularly in the Western Conference.
NBA